Morning all. Oh, coffee time. So I haven't put one of these videos up for a little while, a few days. I've just been too busy. I ended up doing a few days where I was up really early in the morning and getting in late at night. So I just didn't get a chance to do that. And now we're on the run up to Christmas and Yule. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to do one tomorrow either because we've got visitors coming. So it's been a bit hectic here, which has been nice. It's been a nice change. Oh, it's also nice just to kick back, relax, and have a coffee. And we have two new additions to the family. They've disappeared at the moment. They will probably appear in later videos, but they're still a bit skittish. I'm a cat person. Everyone's got their own opinion on that. Some people are dog people, some people aren't animal people at all, and some people are cat people. I am most definitely a cat person. I like their independence. I like their stubborn independence. I like the fact they're very low maintenance pets. Highly entertaining. Each and every one has their own character. And yes, they will hunt and kill small animals and etc. They're doing what they do. But in the summer, well, this year, we lost our two boys. They were old. Frank was 11. Funnily enough, so was Sid. And Frank, we knew, we'd had him down the vets. They didn't seem particularly worried about him. They put him on a course of antibiotics and said, bring him back in 7 days, he may have to have a tooth pulled. But 4 days into the antibiotics, he died in my wife's arms. Sid, on the other hand, was a semi-feral. He was a real little... Well, he was called Sid because when we collected him from the cat rescue, he was out of the litter and we didn't have a cat carrier, so we had a cardboard box. And the drive all the way down from Ebbw Vale to where we lived in Bridgend, he shredded that cardboard box and he shredded my wife's fingers as she tried to hold it closed. We're driving along and this paw would come out of the box, and so he was known as Sid Vicious, or Sid. He was a real special bundle of joy. He was such character. And then in the autumn, one day, we just found him lying there, dead. But we were glad because Sid was the oldest. Sid was coming up to 12 years old, which for a semi-feral is a good age for a cat. And the place we were living before was a small flat. A lot of people had dogs. A lot of people had, as Billy Connolly calls them, sharks on the lead, except these were sharks off the lead. So they'd let their staffies and all other makes like that. And yes, I know it's not all staffies and not all dogs, but you know, they would let them run and they would chase the cats. And we wanted Sid especially, and we didn't even consider Frank because we thought he had a few more years left in him to finish their days here with a 100-metre garden down there, plenty of room to roam, very few dogs, very few predators, and as we found out when we moved here, as we found out when we moved here, other cats in the village. And they established their own hierarchy and pecking order of who's the top cat and da-da-da-da-da-da. But they were fairly... And Sid got on... He got on with a cat called Millie. And he used to wait at the bottom of the steps by the house where Millie lives. And she would come out and they would walk side by side up and down the lane together. Well, now we have two more boys. Toby, who is on us for foster. Although I think we would really like to keep him. He's enormous. He's a big ginger. He's a Garfield. He's a Garfield cat. Ginger with a little bit of white. He's over there. Toby. Toby. Oh, he's ignoring me. We've only had them for 2 days. And Yoda, a grey tabby, who is again enormous. He's called Yoda because when you stroke his head like that, his ears do the Yoda thing and move. And Toby, I don't know why he's called Toby, but we call him Toby because it's Toby Carvery because he's a large portion. He's a big cat. And we'd forgotten, because we'd just got Mab, who is my wife's, well, our cat, but she's the oldest. And she was taken from her mother a little bit too young, and she was stunted, and she's only kitten size now, even though she's 12, 13 years, coming up 13 years old. So it's been a fun weekend. We collected the cats on Saturday, we brought them down into here, and we closed the connecting door. So we spent all of Saturday afternoon and Saturday night in here, with food, litter trays, you know. Mab came and went, wasn't best impressed. And then they spent all of yesterday, and we spent all of yesterday sat down here with them as well, as we did Saturday, just sitting here with them, talking to them. They'd gone round, they'd sort of tried to find, you know, we'd gone into every single corner, every nook and cranny, explored and all the rest of it. And then last night, Mab had been sat down here with them for a few hours. She was sat on this chair that I'm sat on now. The boys were one of them loves the rug down there. Toby loves lying on this rug that we have in front of the wood burner. And Yoda was sat on my chair next to me. And we decided we were going to leave it another few hours. But we decided to actually open the connecting door and give them the run of the house. So the first thing the two boys did was, explore. Up the stairs, up the second flight of stairs, up the third flight of stairs. Oh, I see a Yoda, and that was a big jump, and we forget they're younger. Calm down. Stop, Mab. They're still finding their natural pecking order. Mab. She's hissing at them a little bit, but she's the one that's been crying in the night for some company. I think she's a little bit perturbed at the size of them. Yoda's desperately trying to get past Mab. Yoda's desperately trying to get past Mab to me, because he's very much a man's cat. Yeah, but we did say Mab would put them in their place, but she can't bully them. She can't bully them. But yeah, so we went to bed last night, sometime in the middle of the night. And just as we'd actually gone to bed, we turned the light off and there was a heavy thump on the bedding, and Yoda climbs onto the bed with us. We don't keep them off, we've never kept any cats off the beds. Hello Yoda, come here. Oh, she's a meanie, isn't she? Do you want to come and should we pick you up? Yes. Yes, we'll pick you up if we can. But look at this, this is you. Oh, come on, no, he's just not ready yet. Not ready yet. Let cats do it at their own pace. They're independent creatures. You can train them. And Yoda's part Manx, so he will train. You know, he's about, I think he's 6. He was younger, and Toby is 8. So they're both younger than Mab, but they're both so much larger. Where have you gone? I can't see where he's gone. And he's very good at this. Oh, here he is. He's down here. Here we are. Very good at disappearing, and oh yes, pooing in that corner too. I've just noticed. Yes, but let's look at you before we run out of time. Look at the size of this boy. Oh, yes. Mind my coffee. Look at this. See? Yes. That's Yoda. Look at the size. He's a big boy, isn't he? Yes. And he's definitely a man's cat. He likes men. Excuse me. Yes, you're a man's cat, aren't you? Toby's a woman's cat. But yeah, he's going to sit next to me now all day, I think. But I'm up and down. I've got a lot to do today. Tidying up, sorting out, doing all of that. Got a lot of that to do today. But, yeah, so that's what's been happening. There'll be another report soon, or another little video. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. But yeah, just been a little bit busy. Anyway, as I always say, peace out.